Na na na, I always feel like somebody's watching me.
That's right, you have no privacy. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Till Death to Scream. Of course, Rob, and this is my lovely Casey Becker, Mayhem Mel.
What's up?
What's up, Melody?
Do you like scary movies?
Thank you very much for your continued love and support when it comes to the channel. Really do appreciate it. Please subscribe and all that good stuff. Definitely helps us out with the algorithm. We're still testing stuff out, but we got some new equipment, so hopefully sound better. Got a soundboard we can mess with later on. So we're trying to add some more, goodies to the show. With that, we are going to do our next episode, which is in honor of another anniversary. This is the 30th anniversary of the original Scream. Of course, Scream 7 is a big hit right now financially, and I'm going to keep my opinions to myself on this one, I
haven't seen it yet.
Once a fan, always a fan, and I'll always, I'll ride or die for that series, but man, I really feel that 7 missed the mark. But that's all I have to say about it, because we're not here to be negative. We are doing the 30th anniversary of Scream, as we said before. Man, this was really, for me, it was the perfect time. I was still in high school, 1996. I was not. Such a pinnacle movie for me in terms of its release and just the way I felt about horror at that point. It was just like a perfect storm. Melody, where were you when Scream came out? What were your thoughts on it?
I think I saw it in the movie theaters.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I was like, oh my God! Ah!
Yeah, it was pretty fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It was, I at that point, when we're, when the movie came out, I was Jamie Kennedy's character, Randy. I 100% was. That's all I ever talked about was horror films. Things have changed. But, like I said, it was definitely, a very poignant movie for me. And also for, just being a Wes Craven fan, because around that time, Wes hadn't really done. I mean, he did People Under the Stairs and stuff like that in the early '90s, but he kind of stepped away from horror for a while, and this was another milestone for him. Surprisingly for everybody, because even Wes didn't even want to direct this. So, I mean, like I said, we'll get into all the details, but yeah. Anything else to say about it, in terms of your upbringing with it?
Oh God, when I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, this movie is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. It scared the crap out of me. Had a lot of really good jump scares.
We got to remember too, when you're in the theater and you first see that opening, that was the most terrifying thing.
Oh yeah.
And now it's so watered down and God forbid scary movie ruins everything. But I mean, when it first came out, that was really the most intense thing in a while.
Oh yeah.
To see Drew
Especially
Barrymore of all people get gutted
right?
That. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
The whole concept that you were being stalked in your own house.
Mm-hmm.
That somebody called your phone.
Yeah.
And at first you thought they were flirting with you, and you're like, and this is why women of my age
mm-hmm.
don't answer unknown calls anymore. You got to remember too, when this movie first came out, there wasn't caller ID. Very few landline phones
mm-hmm.
actually had caller ID, and cell phones were still pretty new for people to actually own personally.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and and then of course, as the series goes on, like they're like incorporating cell phones and stuff, but it was so like
they were bricks.
Of the time.
They were bricks. Oh my god.
No, I'm just saying, like later on in the franchise, like we get like alarm systems that are like built into your phone and stuff like that.
Right.
But like when this came out, it was the perfect storm for that kind of situation because that's all you had was a landline. That's it.
Right? And dial up. Oh.
Yep. So let's talk about the production of the film real quick because it is very interesting because, as I said, Wes Craven was not a fan originally of this idea. He I only worked with Kevin Williamson because he liked the notion of what he was trying to go with. He wasn't trying to make it like your typical slasher. He had actually been inspired by an actual serial killing he'd seen in a documentary. And then he was like sitting down, he's writing a script, and then he was just kind of going like in the rules in his head, the horror film rules and stuff. So like this, obviously this like flash of lightning happened. He's like, okay, well, why don't I incorporate the two things, kind of make horror like a horror satire, because it is very satiric.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the whole thing with that is that producers didn't originally want it because, they thought it was going to be a comedy. It was originally going to be called Scary Movie, believe it or not. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, my God. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where the Wayans got that name from. But that was the thing that was really stacked against it because you had on the script Scary Movie and they were just like, well, like we're not trying to make a comedy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And the whole situation with that is that, he had done like a bunch of rewrites. They were talking to a bunch of people like to direct, including people that have like come around in my own life and stuff, and they just kind of passed because they thought it was, it just wasn't for them. They thought it was going to be just a funny, goofy, silly thing. I guess they weren't reading between the lines or whatever.
Okay.
When Wes Craven stepped on, he was just like, okay, well, I'll do this, but all the gore that they told you to edit out, you need to put back in. Because I'm not trying to, you know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah. He was like, I really want to, like, go deep into the scariness. I want to go deep into the gore and stuff. Like, I just think it'd be a better movie.
Oh, yeah.
And
it did. It made it a great movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. So then, of course, this like opened the doors for I Know What You Did Last Summer, and like even Bride of Chucky, like all these like series franchises that kind of went dead for a little while. Like they were reinvigorated at this time because of Scream and using actors that were well known at the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of I love this period of horror. By the way, I don't know how you feel about it. Like
I loved it.
When we got actors from like the WB.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Of course, Halloween was the linchpin for all of this. If Halloween 78 did not exist, then there would not be a Scream. Period. Full stop. Like this was what like Kevin Williamson, as he was doing the script, was listening to the score for Halloween. So yes, this is like got like Halloween's DNA all over.
Oh yeah.
As a matter of fact, it's in the movie. You know what I mean? They were watching it.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yes.
So it does break the fourth wall in that respect. The other thing that's interesting is that like they had KMB effects. They wanted to do a bunch of different masks or whatever. They ended up not going with anything that they wanted to do. They came up with an idea after seeing like a generic mask from a company called Fun World. So that's where the mask came from.
That's awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
That's awesome. Oh my god, that's so funny.
So the situation now is that Fun World owns the rights to Ghostface still. So a lot of the actual merchandising and stuff, you'll see Ghostface, the legend lives on. You're not able to put Scream on anything because they still own the rights to it.
Oh wow. Wow. Well, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, but they're real pushy with that shit, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
Real pushy. This was a massive hit for Wes Craven. It reinvigorated his career. Not necessarily like Neve Campbell needed a boost in her career at that point. She was doing Party of Five, but that was a hit show.
Right.
Courtney Cox, of course, was doing Friends at the time, and Wes Craven was like, I don't think she could do this movie.
She did a great job.
Courtney Cox is wonderful in this series.
Absolutely.
But she actually wrote Wes, because Wes had said it openly, like, I don't think Courtney's right. Not being an asshole or anything. He was just saying, like, I don't think she's right for the part. She ended up writing Wes a letter saying, like, being a bitch won't be a problem. So he was convinced by that.
That is so funny.
That
is so funny.
The whole Drew Barrymore situation was that she was originally supposed to be Sidney. She said she didn't want to do it. She would rather do the psycho Janet Leigh part, where like I'm a big enough star, and I want people to be shocked that I die in the first like 7 minutes of this movie.
That's perfect.
She thought it'd be a lot better, and it would be a lot more
perfect.
memorable, which of course it is, right?
It is super memorable.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Rose McGowan. That was a memorable death too.
Well, Rose McGowan's an interesting case because, she had, I hate to, we got to bring it up, unfortunately,
Death
but
by titties.
The name Weinstein all over this movie. This is a Miramax release, and Bob Weinstein was actually the, producer for all this stuff. I don't think Harvey had his, dirty, disgusting hands anywhere on this movie for the most part, but obviously that, particular tale would go further with Rose McGowan's career after working on Scream, but she asked for $250,000 when she was offered $50,000. So she actually had to audition like 3 times because they were like, "You're out of your mind!" Like to ask for that kind of money is just obscene. And
$250,000 really isn't that much.
And you know how Rose McGowan is, and she actually like went through and she's like, "Well, if I'm going to play this character for for this kind of money, then I'm going to do it my way." She ended up buying her own costumes for her character Tatum. They actually wanted her to be a brunette in the movie. She decided she wanted to be a blonde. And then she went through the set and she actually ripped off some of the posters in Tatum's room. Like that was part of the set design, including the Indigo Girls. Mm-hmm. She's like, she would never listen to that band. Like she was so hands-on. Like, just like, nope, this would not be in the character's room. That was not what she would wear. Right. This is not her hair.
She's like, nope.
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 And then Jamie Kennedy wasn't really known for too much at the time. David Arquette, he was known for little bit parts and stuff. This really, especially in the horror genre, jump-started so many careers.
Wasn't this the movie that got Courtney Cox and David Arquette together? It was.
Yes, yeah. So they met on the set of the original Scream, and then they got married. No. They are divorced, but they are, very amicable. They're friendly, they're good friends, what I mean? Yeah. So, as the Scream series went on, Dewey and Gail are divorced, so they're able to still work together and stuff, which I think is really cool.
Okay.
Like I said, this jump-started so many careers. This is just this is a star maker, this movie, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of 90s horror was star makers.
Mm-hmm. And then the voice of Ghostface, Roger L. Jackson, he was known for little voice acting parts here and there.
Totally.
Of course, this changed his career. And I do love that Roger L. Jackson, he's been part of this series from the very beginning, and I love that they actually aged Ghostface's voice on the phone. You can hear him age with the character.
Right.
Even though it's always a young person underneath a mask, Roger's voice it just feels very seasoned.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I love that. But yeah, massive hit, big legacy, still putting movies out to this day. What else is there to say? Let's get to the movie, Mel.
So we begin, dun, 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 a lovely young blonde in her house by herself, cooking up some popcorn, and her phone rings. And she answers it.
Well, remember, this is 1996. There was, no throwing shit in the microwave.
Remember, she was cooking on the oven.
Pop.
This is a Jiffy Pop that came in the pan. That had the tin foil on top, but you had to shake it up and cook it over an open flame. Okay.
I want one of those Jiffy Pop fans for the back of our set. I think they're so cool.
I'd eat it. Especially the movie theater butter ones. So good. Anyway, so she's cooking popcorn. She's getting ready to cook up some popcorn. She's getting ready to set up to watch a scary movie. And she gets a phone call.
Yeah. But first, he's very sweet to her. Like you said, that gets into a whole scary movie situation because she says she's watching a horror movie. He goes, do you like scary movies? And of course, it gets to that whole thing. I do love the shade that what Wes Craven has at this point, because he does say that the original Nightmare on Elm Street is great, but the rest suck. Damn.
It's asking her questions, and then he's like, let's play a game. and she goes to hang up on him, and he's like, "Don't hang up on me." Mm-hmm. And basically, she turns on.
Listen to me, you little bitch. You hang up on me again, I'll gut you like a fish. Understand?
Yup. Mm-hmm. And then they make her turn on the back porch light, mm-hmm. and there's her boyfriend tied to a chair.
So, like, at the time, like, you know, when you see this guy tied to a chair, it's horrifying because the way she describes him is like, he's big and he plays football and he'll kick the shit out of you. You know what I mean?
And he really wasn't that big. Mm-mm. I mean, think about it, high schooler. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyways, he's asking questions. He gets the first one right. And then he asks, who was the killer?
In Friday the 13th.
In Friday the 13th. And she said...
Jason.
And he said, wrong!
Dumb bitch.
It was Mrs. Voorhees. Boyfriend dies.
No, the boyfriend just doesn't just die. They gut him.
Yeah, they gut him.
Like, literally from fucking, you know, one side of the stomach to the other. His
guts are all out. His intestines are hanging out. You're like, ooh!
That was something that Kevin Williamson actually had to change on the script originally before Wes Craven told him to put it back, because, you know, some of his descriptors in the script was like, his, like, you know, his guts spilled onto his legs, you know, like dangling and using stuff like that, and the writers were like, yo, calm down. Mm-hmm. Calm down, go take that out. And Wes Craven was like, put it back in.
You put it back in.
I'm the writer and director of Last House on the Left. I want this, put it back in.
Anyways, then they're like, what door am I at? And, you know, she's trying to get away from this guy. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they're fighting. She's fighting for her life. She's running. She's screaming. She gets out of the house. She's running. She's almost free. Her parents, she's still got the phone in her hands, by the way. Mm-hmm. Her parents are pulling up, and she's being dragged away. The mom picks up the phone, and she literally hears her daughter being killed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's horrible.
Then they find her hanging from a tree.
Well, the location of this movie is really great too, because like it's not like you could just run from house to house. I mean, you're running miles.
Yeah.
You know, so if she had ran in a certain direction, maybe she wouldn't have been able to survive. But you know, like from my understanding, it was both Stu and Billy Loomis that were actually. Oh, sorry, spoilers.
Spoiler alert!
She's gutted like a fish.
Mm-hmm.
Her parents catch her as she's dangling from a tree. Her guts completely splayed open, and yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
So now you go to the next day at school, mm-hmm. and everybody is kind of like freaking out mm-hmm. because, you know, this person just got. These are two kids they knew. They were friends of theirs. Murdered. You know what I mean? And then
I don't think they were friends with her. Well, Billy had said that they, you know, that he had actually dated her before. Or was it Stu? Yeah, Stu was the one that dated her. Yeah.
And then, you know, he I guess he broke up with her to be with Rose McGowan. Mm-hmm. McGowan. Sorry.
Yeah. Tatum. Yeah. Tatum. Which that's the one thing I did kind of love about the new Scream is that Nev did name her daughter after Rose McGowan's character.
That was her best friend.
And her daughter kept asking her, like, why? Like, what
that was because Tatum was her ride or die.
Yeah.
Tatum always had her back.
That's what she says. She's the only person in my life that ever told me the truth. And, mm-hmm. yeah, all that stuff.
Stood up for her. Mm-hmm. Like, seriously, would push people away from her. Like, that was, like, a real friend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, anyway, they're having a conversation. They found, you know, Casey Becker gutted. There's a bunch of stuff, you know, going on at the school, like a bunch of news crews and stuff around. Mm-hmm. And they're making fucking jokes about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you see
Randy and he goes, hey, tell me, did you find her liver in the mailboxes? I found it. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like, right. Dude, what the fuck?
And that's also when you're introduced to the crew, mm-hmm. the main crew. And all the kids are getting pulled into the office to talk about what happened.
Yep.
And
sorry, I had to take the mask off here.
It's hot, dude. These kids were running around in it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
in Sonoma, California heat.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you had some kids that are running through the halls in the killer's outfit, and they get pulled into the office and they're yelled at by the principal.
Mm-hmm.
Who is, you know what? If that kind of stuff happened now these days with the principal talking to these kids, yeah, he would have been fired.
Yeah. This is when we're introduced to Gale Weathers. Gale's a clout chaser at this point, and yeah, you can definitely tell she's all for herself.
She's gonna go over to her friend Tatum's house.
She gets a phone call.
She wakes up, she gets a phone call, and she thinks it's like Stu messing with her, or one of the guys messing with her, something like that.
Randy.
She thinks Randy is messing with her. Come to find out, it's not. The killer's coming after her, and she gets into her room. She blocks the door in a way where they can't get in. They're trying to slash at her.
This is where we're introduced without saying too much. We get a little bit of a report that obviously her mother was
the town
raped and murdered. She says basically horror films are insulting the women, and they're running up the stairs and shit. The majority of the stuff she ends up doing is all the stuff she said she was against, and it ends up working. Yeah,
facts.
And then she goes outside, and then he's just
he's like, I call your bluff.
Yeah, call your bluff. Can you see me? If I am, what am I doing? Hello? What am I doing? Right. She's sticking her finger in her nose. She's awesome, whatever. So she gets chased up the stairs, and she said she, disagreed with when it comes to horror films. And man, really fucking quick on the draw when it comes to 911 on the computer.
Mm-hmm. Just, and then and then her boyfriend breaks through her bedroom window.
Mm-hmm.
And
which is something that had happened previously. He jumped into a window.
Mm-hmm.
This dude fucking horn dogging it up, man. He just doesn't care about her trauma, doesn't care about her mother dying. I just want to get my dick wet. It's clear from the beginning.
Right.
And then you'll find out later there's a reason why. It's kind of like a special sauce for the whole fucking ordeal. After this happens, she goes to Tatum's. This is after a confrontation with Gale Weathers, and obviously Sidney has a problem with her because she wrote a book about the whole situation with her mother, and she goes, "How's that book?"
That Cotton, the guy that supposedly killed her mom. Mm-hmm. She's like, you got the wrong guy. You got the wrong guy.
Yeah,
you saw somebody that looked like him coming out of your house.
So Cotton was played later by Liv Schreiber. He was having an affair with her mother, right?
Yeah.
And it was a whole situation with a coat. Somebody had his coat on. Somebody saw him, and they pinpointed him as the killer.
Yep.
So he went to jail for no reason.
And it turns out she was the town slut.
Right.
And Sidney didn't want to admit that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that comes into focus later on in the series.
Mm-hmm. And that's why she didn't want to have sex, because she didn't want to be labeled a slut like her mom.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But, she goes to Gale. She goes, well, how's that book going? And she goes, I'll send you a copy. Bam! She hits her right in the face.
Clocks her.
Which is something that, Tatum can't stop talking about. I'll send you a copy. Bam! Bitch went down.
Mm-hmm.
We forgot to mention not little, Dewey Boy is he's part of the police department. And
he's Tatum's brother.
So
he's Deputy Dewey.
She calls him Deputy Dewey Boy. I think the thing with Arquette was he wanted Dewey to be a strong, silent John Wayne type, but also kind of like a Barney Fife too.
Yeah.
So he has a heart of gold, but he can also hold his own.
He pulled it off good, yeah.
Yeah, it's really it's neat that he wanted to do that, because he could have been the badass sheriff or whatever. And he's just no, I want to be kind of bumbling and
the mustache. Mm-hmm. It's the mustache.
But there's a few conversations with Gale Weathers where you can tell there is some deep attraction.
Crushing on her hard,
and she's crushing on him.
Oh yeah,
a bunch of stuff happens at the school. We have the murder of Principal Hempry, played by Henry Winkler. There's this whole thing that happens with a prank with the kids wearing costumes, and he's pulling the knife at him, and he goes, I swear to God, if I fucking I will cut you right now or whatever. And you're like, wait a minute,
You know what I mean? Like, is it him?
Because he even tries the mask on.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like,
really good side joke here. There's,
oh yeah, that's when he's trying on the mask and then he hears a knock on the door.
no,
He's looking.
he goes out. He goes to open the door, and played by Wes Craven, mind you. There's a janitor wearing Freddy Krueger's sweater, and he's like, "What are you looking at?" And Henry Winkler goes, "Sorry, Fred." He closes the door. But yeah, Sidney's attacked at school, in the bathroom.
After she hears some girls talking some mad shit about her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe homicide is so therapeutic.
Maybe it's her.
So after Himbry's killed, there is a curfew, and as kids are wont to do, are just like, this is the perfect time to have a party. So Stu's like, I'm having a party. Everybody should come. And they're getting prepared for this big party.
And then, of course, Deputy Dewey, Deputy Dewey boy, is being told by the sheriff that he needs to, watch over Sidney. Because Sidney has been attacked twice now.
Right.
So
the sheriff, the interesting thing about the sheriff, because they're like constantly like, throwing these little mysteries or whatever. Mm-hmm. The sheriff is also wearing boots. I don't know if you noticed that or not. So the sheriff's wearing a certain type of boots that we saw as the killer who was wearing the Scream outfit or the Ghostface outfit. Mm-hmm. As they're coming down, you see the same type of boots. So it's always like, they're trying to, like push you away from this
person, is that person.
Did you know when you first saw the movie that it was Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich?
No.
Really? The only time I knew was when we have a conversation. Randy, Jamie Kennedy's character, works at a video store. They go up to him, and he's talking some mad shit about like what a psycho Billy is, and they both confront him. Like Stu's behind him, and they're both very menacing. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, I think. I
thought they were just like high school bullies. You know what I mean? But I think at that point you're like. It's one of them. Big
party at Stu's house. Mm-hmm. Bunch of drama happens. Big beautiful house. I think it's based in Sonoma, California. I'm not really like certain on the location.
But it's like out in the woods though. It's like out.
Super iconic. Yeah. Now it's an Airbnb. I would love to fucking go see this thing. It would be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually that house, the Airbnb version of that house is introduced in the beginning of Scream 7. That's where the first two murders happen. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, they got a bunch of Scream shit in there now, and it's all Scream related. But that house is so fucking iconic to horror,
right?
Until it gets burned down in the movie. But anyway,
Deputy Dewey shows up with, our Courtney Cox character, and of course, he's like, "You want to go in with me?" And she's like, "Yeah." And of course, she has a camera.
Can we talk how awful she is, by the way? Like in this first movie,
so awful.
She has a cameraman where she like basically says to him, she goes, "When I tell you to move your fat ass now!"
Right?
Like awful, awful.
Yes, she is like pulling no bones. She's like, "I want my award, okay? I want my
Kenny, when I tell you to move your fat ass, you move your fat ass." Yeah, she's not cool. Mm-hmm. But, but every time she's around Dewey and they're outside, they're, like very sweet with each other and stuff. And then you have the whole situation where, they want to go and talk or whatever. And Billy and Sidney go upstairs. They end up having sex with each other. Randy's having a movie night with some of the people that are at the party, and they're watching the original Halloween.
And he explains the rules.
The rules, right. And then, of course, like Matthew Lillard's like, man, I cannot wait to see Jamie Lee Curtis's boobs. Horror fans know, movie fans know, Jamie Lee Curtis was not the one that showed her boobs. It was actually PJ Souls in the original Halloween. And Jamie Lee Curtis did not show her boobs until Trading Places.
Because she was what? A virgin.
Correct.
Because in horror movies, you cannot drink, smoke, do drugs, or have sex.
Right.
to survive a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the rules.
So as all this is going on, Stu says he wants a beer. He tells Tatum to go get him a beer, which is like really fucked up. She goes downstairs and she encounters Ghostface. And she's got a great, like bunch of lines where she's like, what is this? I spit on my garage, and
ooh, can I be the helpless victim?
And basically like,
Mr. Ghostface, can I be the victim?
Yeah. And just really just fucking with this guy until like he takes her arm and he cuts it. Mm-hmm. And she starts throwing beers at him. And you're just like, okay, well, she's got some stamina.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she didn't figure that her boobs would fit into the door of the garage.
Well, she tried to get out of the garage. She tried to get out through the garage door, but he kept shutting it on her. Mm-hmm. So she was crawling through the doggy door.
Mm-hmm.
And
her boobs get caught.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She got them big old knockers.
But she gets crushed.
He lifts that up and she dies.
After Billy and Sidney are done having sex with each other, which takes about a good 5 minutes, it seems like, there is an encounter with Ghostface. Billy Loomis gets stabbed in front of Sidney. He, has a bunch of blood on his white shirt, falls down the stairs. There's a bunch of, chaos going on. She's getting attacked. And, she's thinking, oh, well, I was wrong because I thought it was my boyfriend the entire time. And turns out it wasn't, according to her. And it turns out later that it actually was. And this is the weird thing. The weird thing of this movie for me is that, like, the only reason that the main cast actually stays in the house and the extras leave is because they find out that the principal, his body was tied to the goalpost.
So they were running.
And they're just like, we got to see this shit. And they all run out.
Right? Oh, my God. So then you have, like, the core group that's left there. You have Billy Loomis. You have Stu. You have Sidney. And you have
all the actors that are getting paid real money are the ones that are staying at the house. The rest of the rest of the extras go.
And then you have a moment where Sidney runs out. And she runs into the van with the cameraman, and they can actually see the footage of the camera that's going on, but there's a 30-second delay.
Yeah.
And the cameraman gets right in front of her.
Yeah.
So she runs back into the house.
So we forgot to mention, too, that Gail had actually gone into the party, thrown a camera, I think it was underneath the TV entertainment center, the little entertainment center.
Yeah, to get a good view.
Yeah, to get a good view. And there is a delay.
The 30-second delay. Mm-hmm. And so she runs back into the house. And then, of course, Stu and the other numbnuts. What's his name again? I keep forgetting.
Billy Loomis.
Not Billy Loomis. The other guy that worked in the...
Randy.
Okay. So Stu and Randy are at the door. They're like, let me in. Mm-hmm. And she's like, screw you both. And she closes the door.
Well, Randy basically says, Billy's going mad.
Mm-hmm.
Billy pulls out a gun, shoots Randy in the shoulder. He goes, we all go a little mad sometimes. And he goes, ketchup. Same
corn syrup.
Or corn syrup. Same thing they used in Psycho.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, oh boy. And then that's when Stu comes out and he's got the voice changer. Surprise, Sidney.
Oh, we got a big surprise for you.
Right. So there's a whole thing with, like Billy, you're
gonna love this.
Rich boy, father had an affair with the slut mother of Sidney Campbell.
And that's why his mother left.
Sidney Prescott. And so he's trying to get revenge.
And she's like, Stu,
there was a divorce.
What's your excuse? Peer pressure.
Yeah, he's just going with it. I don't know why. Peer pressure, I guess, would be
that's
the only reason,
said. Peer
right?
pressure. Mm-hmm.
But
then they pull her dad out.
But the thing he says to Sidney is, this is one of my favorite lines in any movie. She goes, you're a fucking psycho. And he goes, don't you blame the movie, Sid. Movies aren't the ones that make psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Yep.
So good.
Yep. That's fact.
So good. So they're going to frame the dad. They have the dad tied up. And, then they're going to stab each other.
Which is stupid. They should have taken care of the other stuff first and then do the stabbing of each other. Like, Why would you do that? Why would you do the stabbing of each other and then wrap everything else up? You'd want to wrap everything up first. I mean, that was like the biggest, stupidest thing right there as a killer. You know what
not
I mean?
exactly the stupidest thing, because Billy's a fucking psycho, and Stu should have known that he's just gonna like go ham on him with this fucking knife.
Yeah, you just should have just stabbed yourself.
So anyway, they've got this plan. They're gonna hit each other with a knife, not vital organs. Stu's like, "I'm ready, man. Do it, I'm ready." And he stabs him a bunch of times. And
he's like, "I'm feeling woozy, man.
Yeah,
I'm in a lot of pain here."
Yeah. And then basically what happens is they're doing their stupid shit. Sidney gets to run away.
She gets the gun.
Then get the gun. She gets the phone. She goes, "Gets you called the fucking, cops on your sorry ass." And Billy just goes nuts. He goes, "Bitch, I'll fucking kill you!" And he's like running around.
And Stu's like, "Did you really call the cops? Oh man, I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
My mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me."
He's so funny.
Improv line, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And also, when Billy Loomis is on the phone with Sidney, and before he has his tirade where he just starts ripping up couch cushions for some reason because he's so mad. He throws the phone at the back of Stu's head, and Matthew Lillard goes, "Oh, you hit me with the phone, dick!" That was also improv. So he's bleeding out. Billy is looking for Sidney. Sidney ends up hitting him in the shoulder with an umbrella as she's wearing the ghostface costume. Then ends up shooting him in the head because Randy says in the movies, Randy's okay, by the way,
right?
He says in the movies, the villain always comes back for one final scare. He's doing something. I don't know if he's trying to talk to her or something. He's like, "Wah!" And then she fucking shoots him in the head.
Right in the head.
That's when Matthew Lillard comes around, attacks her, says shit like, "Always had a thing for you, Sid." They're just rolling around and tumble around in the living room. And then, he fucking gets a TV thrown on his head. One of those old 1996 TVs. So guess what? That motherfucker's dead. Okay?
Yeah, he's dead.
Listen, I know that,
head smushed, electrocuted.
I'm not going to bring up Scream 7, but I know there's a huge, bring back Stu fandom, but man, if you remember those TVs, that fucking guy's dead.
He's dead.
Gail gets her dream, and she gets to cover the Woodsboro murders, and that's where we cut to just a quick flash of Ghostface. That's Scream, 30th anniversary. It's 30 years old, man. It's crazy.
Such a good movie.
It is really a good movie, and the thing about it is that it is one of those generational films that is going to constantly. It is a wonderful movie. It was definitely, like I said, it was a pinnacle for my life as a young horror fan. Still love the series, even though a couple made some missteps. It's okay. I'm still a deep fan of it. Melody, not so much.
I only really like the first one.
And that's okay. That's quite all right. I am a fan of all of it. But yeah, I do have my quibbles with it, and especially the latest. So that is our show, guys. Thank you very much for your continued love and support. As I said before, please like and subscribe to the channel. We will continue to do this. And we have one that we're really super excited about. It is a brand new film that we're going to be talking about. Maggie Gyllenhaal directed. It looks absolutely amazing. Christian Bale, Oscar nominee Jessie Buckley. We're talking about The Bride. So excited about this.
Excited. Oh, and by the way,
what it looks like to
Matthew Lillard, if you watch this show, chef's kiss. We love you.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a huge Tarantino fan, but fuck Tarantino for what he said about Matthew Lillard.
Love you, Matthew Lillard.
It's crazy that he would say something like that. And for those people that say that Matthew Lillard supposedly can't act, go watch Twin Peaks: The Return. He's wonderful.
Oh my God, Matthew Lillard is amazing.
But anyway, yeah,
SLC Punks. Remember that movie?
Wonderful, wonderful as well. I'm just saying he definitely has chops. So for anybody to say that, or Tarantino to say that, is absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, that is our show, guys. Bride next week, and with that, we'll see you later. Talk to you soon. Bye.